I'm Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're Two Sisters Southern Cooking. This is our garden harvest for the day. We have a ton of peppers, we have tomatoes,
we have the mini watermelons.
those are sweet. We had 3 of them we harvested, and we halved one just a few minutes ago. Tasted it, it's delicious.
It's large enough for 2 people to eat, honestly.
Each of you eat half of it.
Yeah.
And we have eggplant, and the eggplant is going into our eggplant parmesan and
Fried eggplants.
Patties. And we're also making marinara sauce with our Roma tomatoes for our eggplant. And
so we're gonna make enough sauce from this. Our recipe we're gonna do is 2 pounds, but I think we actually have like 4 or 5 pounds here.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just double it so we can get it in a can and something.
yeah, and we got enough eggplant.
Look at all of the peppers.
The peppers are bountiful. That's
insane.
A couple years ago I had peppers, and they can overwhelm you with their harvest.
Yeah, the product of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at these. These are jalapenos, red. Oh my gosh. Isn't that crazy?
I made cowboy candy one time with red and green, and it looked like Christmas to me.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So Elsie's going to make some more cowboy candy and put it up. You should do a video on that.
I should.
You should.
Maybe next week we'll do it, and I'll get all the jalapenos all together.
Yeah. But this, guys, we're going to be doing the video for the marinara sauce to go into the eggplant parmesan. So that's why we have all of this out here, so you can see our harvest for the day. Seriously, we have quite a bit, and we got to go and do the collards again, because the collards are getting really overlaid, and they're really ready to go.
Ready to go again.
They're ready.
They'll produce more if you cut them more often.
The more you cut them. Oh, and we need to tell you about determinate versus indeterminate for tomatoes.
Oh my gosh, this is something that I never knew and you discovered.
Okay, so we thought that we had done something wrong with our Roma tomatoes.
Or we had a bug that was eating our tomatoes because the leaves were in bad shape.
Yeah, so they were dying off. And so I started doing a little study on it because we were going to replace them with more Romas. And we were thinking that it was the therp insect. And so I did some studying on it. Did you know there is several different types of Roma tomatoes that are considered determinate? So when they come to harvest, they're done. Their plants die off, and
they don't continually grow blooms and keep producing over and over and over.
There is a whole species they're like a hybrid, and there's a whole species that are indeterminate, like your big boys, your regular tomatoes. Those will continue to harvest throughout your whole season until frost, and then it will die off. Did you know that? That is just insane to me. So we were thinking that we did something wrong. But you need to trim the bottom of for those little shoots that come out for the indeterminate, because that will take away from you producing fruit. But for the determinate, don't. Leave them go, let them be. I had to do quite a bit of studying on this because I was like, oh my God, we've lost all our Romas.
Well, and I couldn't understand why I was looking at the leaves and saw no bugs.
So we just put out 4 new bushes of Roma type. It's a saucing tomato that will be similar to the Romas, but we can plant it up until July, and July is now. So we can plant it, and you have a harvest in 50 to 60 days.
Yeah.
So we'll have some tomatoes towards August, September. So I just wanted to give you guys that update because I didn't know that. Elsie didn't know that. Even our stepfather, Morris, who's been farming all his life, did not know that. that there was a difference between a determinate and indeterminate.
And I never heard those terminologies
Yeah.
until you found it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Never heard it.
So now if all your plants are done and they look like they're wilting off and dying,
And not producing.
it's probably because they're determinate, and that what they do is all of your fruit comes to harvest at once, and it's for canning. That's the purpose of it, because you can with your Roma tomatoes, and that's the purpose of it being determinate, is all comes at once so you can can them up. All right guys, so we are going to quarter these up, put these in the blender, blend them up to where they're a little more of a like a smooth consistency, and then meet us at the stove and we'll show you what the next step is.
Hey y'all, I got me a knife and I got my tomatoes, and I'm going to start quartering these up and putting them in my food processor here. And I love the smell of tomato. It smells so good. And we're going to blend them up until they become a sauce, and then we'll go to the stove. So we have Aiden coming up here again. He's going to be up here for 2 weeks. And we are going to the Georgia Aquarium while he's here. I don't know who's more excited about that, going there, him or me, because I'm really excited about going to the aquarium.
Where are you guys going?
Georgia Aquarium.
Oh, that was actually cool.
Yeah, I've heard it's really nice. So we're excited. And then I think I'm gonna take him down to the splash pad, and he's gonna meet the little girl that we met at the fruit stand. She's a year younger than him, and she had leukemia. She's in remission now, but and her hair is growing back from the treatment, and we call her our Georgia granddaughter. So they're going to meet up, and we're going to have a day at the splash pad, and then McDonald's Happy Meals.
Where's the splash pad?
At the park.
Really?
Yeah, down there where kind of where the pavilions are, down in that area.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It costs a couple dollars for each person to go in there, but it's
cool.
worth it. So, all right, y'all, here we go. First batch. All right, let's put the next batch in. We're almost there. All right. Go ahead and pour it in here. It smells so good. Nothing like smelling tomatoes, fresh tomatoes.
It does smell good. I wish I could eat them. We're gonna make some marinara sauce out of this.
All right, we're going to the stove now for the next step.
All right, we'll see you guys shortly.
Alrighty, y'all, we are at the stove now. I'm putting my olive oil in. And I'm going to put in my minced onions. I didn't finely chop them. I chopped them small, but not real fine. And then we're going to cook these until they're tender. And then we'll add in our garlic, and then we'll add in red pepper flakes. And then the next step will be to put the tomatoes in, and
oregano,
and all the dried herbs and the
basil, salt. We have fresh basil, by the way, guys. We do grow our own basil, and we grow our own thyme and chives. So,
all right. So this is going to take a minute because I just turned the fire on below, and it'll take it a minute for it to come up to heat, and we'll cook them until they're tender. All right, y'all, these are smelling so good.
ooh, they do smell good.
So we're gonna cook these for about another 2 minutes, and then we'll add in our next ingredient.
That smells so good, guys. Ooh, I wish we had smell-o-vision in
There's
here.
nothing quite like olive oil and onions.
You know what? I have to tell you something. Ben told me something yesterday, and I took it as a compliment. He told me when we were eating out yesterday, and I won't name the name of the restaurant, but he told me, he goes, Deb, you and sis could do this and make it so much better. That was the biggest compliment I could ever have from somebody, because he was comparing our cooking to what we were eating in a restaurant, which is probably not a good idea. But when you set your expectations, I think that's a compliment.
Right.
So, very cool. All right, we'll be back, guys.
Okay, I'm gonna add in our garlic.
This is gonna have a rich garlic taste because this is 8 garlic cloves minced. So, this is gonna have some good yummies.
And our red pepper.
And the red pepper helps to extenuate the taste of the garlic and the onion, and just enriches it.
Smells so good.
It's really, guys. We love Italian to begin with, you know. This is just like so good. And this is going to go onto our eggplant parmesan. And of course, on top of our fried eggplant too, if you like to add some, you can just pour it right on top of it and have a little bit of cheese up there. I'm going to take some mozzarella and just put it on the top of the fried eggplant, and then put it in the oven and let it melt a little bit with the mozzarella. And then if you want to, you can actually add some marinara on top of that. That actually will probably be a huge hit, especially if you like eggplant. And we're only grew eggplant because Mom wanted it, so.
Well, I like eggplant too.
I do too. But Mom wanted it, and so we grew it because she was asking for some. So.
All right, we can start adding in the rest of our stuff.
All right. I'll hand you the tomatoes.
We got a lot of tomatoes here.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Elsie just blended these up. It smells so good. And there's nothing that smells more fragrant than fresh veggies, okay? These came right from our garden. Okay. Oh yeah. Lots of oregano, salt and pepper. And Elsie diced up finely some basil. So we're just going to add that in there and leave it in there. Now, if you don't like basil in your marinara, just leave the stems whole with the leaf,
and then pick them out.
and then just take them right out at the end. but we love color. We love taste and texture, so.
Okay, how long are we doing this for?
We're going to let it cook for about 30 minutes, I think it is, and then Elsie's going to be testing it to see if we need to add anything to it.
Right.
I'm honestly thinking that we may end up having to add a little sugar to it.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
All right, we're gonna let it start cooking.
I'm putting a tablespoon of sugar in just to help that sweetness along.
It smells so good, guys. Really super good. We are going to turn this to medium-low, let it simmer. Normally you could cook this on the stovetop. If you don't like a sweet marinara, you don't have to add sugar to it, but we like a little bit.
That's good.
Oh, Elsie's happy. We have a little Italian in us somewhere, don't we?
Somewhere.
Yeah, because we love to cook Italian.
I do. I really do.
So we're going to let this simmer, probably let it in just simmer on the stove for a couple hours until we're ready to make the eggplant parmesan. But just let it simmer, just let it marry all the flavors together, and we will show you what it looks like when we get ready to put it on our eggplant parmesan, guys. It's going to be good. And I'm Debbie,
and we're Two Sisters
Southern Cooking. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.